Before I get this video started, let me know what you guys think about my background here. I mean, I just decided to change some things around, put most of my Xbox paraphernalia up here. Um, if you don't know, I am a really big original Xbox fan. I think it's one of the best consoles ever created, and it's unfortunate where I don't think that we're going to be able to get a console generation like the original Xbox, PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, GameCube. That sixth generation, even the seventh generation, I think those generations are long gone. And it's very unfortunate. And that brings us to the PlayStation 5 Pro. When should you buy a PS5 Pro? I'm going to throw a little bit of economics into this. So, based on how I feel about actually buying it, if you already got your mind made up, that's cool. And there's nothing against, how you want to roll. And I mean, hopefully have fun with it. And it's honestly, if it's for you, it's for you. Now, I do think that this console is for me, because I'm a gamer, but I don't think it's for me because of the value. We don't know how these games are going to run on the PlayStation 5 Pro. And at the $700 mark, we're kind of left in the dark. You got games that came out in 2021, 2020, 2019, games that was on the PS4. And we got these games on here that are, running fairly well on the PS5 Pro. But why they haven't showed us anything from, 2023 or 2024? I want to see a newer game that would, how would it run on the PS5 Pro? Now, if you have a PS5 like I do have a PS5. I don't want anybody to think that I don't, because this might be your first time watching this. I think the PlayStation 5 is an excellent console to play games on. The games look good. The loading times are great. Even some of the games, well, a good bit of games on there are very good. The thing about this generation is not necessarily a game problem. And I know some people may not want to believe that. A lot of the heavy hitters that we hear about are somewhat negative. But if you go look into the library of games that came out this year, they're actually pretty decent. And on the PS5 and even on the Xbox Series, they're fairly good. You can have a great time being immersed in the PlayStation 5. The PS5 Pro, on the other hand, it doesn't give me anything to push the limit to it. And for $700, it's not pushing anything that's new to make me say, "Oh, I gotta buy this." I don't want to buy it for to play PS4 games on it. I think that's one of the things that's kind of worrisome about that. Now, on top of that, it doesn't come with a disc drive. It doesn't come with a stand. You got to buy those separately. And if you've looked on eBay recently, oh my Lord, people are scalping the disc drive. So if you want the full experience, now is not a good time to buy it because of the scalpers. And on top of that, you don't know what you're getting. Based on what you're buying, you got to know the value of it. Some people just want the logo and the device on their desk or next to their TV, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're a gamer and you really want to game on this and get the best experience, you got to know what this console is about. So when should you buy it? It comes out November 7th. It may not be a Christmas item because people might rack up and scalpers might get it and some enthusiasts might get it. Wait until tax time. I think tax, because you have at least 2 months to know what the PS5 Pro is about, and you'll probably have some time to actually have the money to buy it, and the inventory should be back in. That's when I think is a good time to buy it. You would know what you're getting at that point because you would know what games would run on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Unless if they come back out and say, hey, Warhammer 40,000, I think that's the game, the Warhammer game, it runs like this on the PS5 Pro. Or, hey, this new game runs like this on the PS5 Pro. Other than that, if they don't do that, that's when it's a good time to wait. Maybe if you can get this console right after Black Friday or whatever, before Christmas, by then you will still have some type of knowledge of how these newer games would run. Because nobody wants to buy a PS5 Pro to play games that you've already beaten or games that are basically PS4 games. You can get PS4 games to play on your regular PS5 and have high quality on them. Now, if you don't have a PS5 at all and you want to buy this, that's a totally different situation. But most people that want a PS5 Pro probably already have a PS5. Nobody's just jumping the gun and say, oh, I've been on Xbox and I'm gonna pay $700 for the PS5 Pro, and I may not be able to get a disc drive because they're not available. Some people just probably go buy a PS5. One of my listeners or viewers of the show actually said, I'm just gonna go buy the PS5, and they bought a PS5 Slim for like $380, and they're good. And that's how it should be at the end of the day. You should find what value is it for you. And for me, and I think just for the common average person, I think like right after, the new year, January, February, if you have money to get your taxes done, get a refund, buy it then. Because that's when you actually know what this console is all about. Now, that's what I would do. Now, for me, I'm just going to go all in and build another PC. I mean, I took my PC down, I put it down here on the floor, and my PC was up here, but I think I'm just going to build another PC. I'm going to take this PC here, use it as a streaming device, and I'm going to just build another one just for the gaming side of things. Because I think at the end of the day, it's really unfortunate that PlayStation is actually trying to get over on people by, making it $700 and having everything, compartmentalized as far as no disc drive, no stand, and make you buy that stuff separate. To me, this feels like the PlayStation 3 all over again. And I'm in full disclosure, I bought a PS3 day one. I remember going to Best Buy and I bought that $600 console, and back then they didn't have much organization. So they had a line of people, didn't tell anybody that they only had like 6 or 7 in the Best Buy that I was at the time. And when I bought it, I was number 4 out of 6. So once they were all out, people were crazy. But by then, I done got back in the car. Me and my uncle just drove off with our PS3. And that's just, it was bad then. But I understand that I bought that knowing that I could play my PS1 and my PS2 games natively on that console. So PS1, PS2, PS3, you can make the case that definitely looking back now, but you can make the case back then that $600 for that console was probably worth it. No, because all the things that it did. But this PS5 Pro, if anything, this what should have happened. If this thing was going to be $700, they should have had it a way to where you can play PS3 games backwards compatible, which I know that's a pipe dream or whatever, but they could have natively do PS3 games backwards compatible, or they should have just gave you everything that came along with it, disc drive and the stand for $700. And even then, I'll still look at them side eye, but there's no value in what you're getting right here. And I know, understand value is is within what the person is willing to pay for, but you just got to understand, like, look, man, is it really that big? Is it really a $700 upgrade? And in some cases, you got to be honest. If you feel like this is a $700 upgrade, that's cool. But when you really step back and take your feelings out of it and just look at it for what it is, just look at it on paper, like, this gives you this for $500. Isn't that how much the PS5 is? Yeah, $500. For $200 more, you get this. And is it really the $200 difference? Is it? I don't think so. And it's nothing. I don't think it's a bad console. Like I said, I don't think it is. It's just that I just don't see it. And on top of that, when they compartmentalize the console and make you buy separate things to give you the complete package, it's kind of arrogant. It's really arrogant. So I think at the end of the day, after December, January, February, once you get your taxes back, I think that's a good time to you have enough information. Because like I said, if it comes out on November 7th, people are probably going to buy it up. And, but if you're an informed, consumer, you want to see what this thing actually does. If they don't give you much more information prior to that release, you'll have a really good understanding after November 7th And if you can find it in the store after that, cool. But I'm almost certain a couple of months later, you'll probably be able to get one when tax time roll around. And when that happens, you will know for certain if you want to buy it or not. That's what I would do if I really, really was in it. I know that the console is for me because I'm a gamer, but it's not for me because of the value. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to build a second PC, man. I mean, the only way I would get a PS5 Pro, honestly, if the price goes down and I buy one later on down the road, like if I find it at a pawn shop or something, or somebody wants to sell their console. So that's what I would do. So let me know what y'all think. Do you think I'm on point? You think I'm crazy? What do you think about the background? Do I lose credibility because I don't have all the other stuff up here? I ain't listen. Like I said, I love the original Xbox. I do have my Series X right here, and I do like the Series X because the Series X do remind me of the original Xbox in some ways. But I'm mostly. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Gaming was never. Gaming would never be this good again when you had the original Xbox, man. Original Xbox, PS2, Dreamcast, GameCube. It was a great time to be a gamer back then. 4 consoles was out, and all 4 was pushing out heavy hitters. All 4 was pushing heavy hitters. Now you only got 1.5 because the Switch is what it is, which is great. But what a time. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all have a good night, day, or morning, wherever you at now. Take care. I'm out. Peace. This is my son.